All right.
I'll try to tell the story of Isaac just to get warmed up.
Sure.
And I'm trying to learn it. So, a long time ago, there was an old fellow named Isaac who lived up the mountains, a long way from the city. And he had like many mountain farms, kind of dirt poor, a little farm perched up on the hillside there. And he was a good man and faithful, just had a really hard life. But he always had this suspicion that something was in store for him. That if he just had enough faith, lived in a good way, that eventually things would work out for him. But reality had not really proven that to be so for his whole life. He was quite old. And one night he was sleeping and he had a dream. And in this dream, it was so vivid, an angel came to him and gave him some instructions. And the angel said, Isaac, go to the city. And that city, that main capital city there, is on an island in the river. And there's a big bridge that goes from the mainland over to the island. And when you go there and you see the bridge, if you go down to the foundations of the bridge on the mainland side before you go into the city, and you look around in there, you'll find a treasure. And that treasure's for you. And Isaac woke up and he was back in his little hut, and he just had this feel so clear and seemed so true that he woke his wife up, he shook her, woke her up and said, an angel, this radiant being came and told me that there was treasure for me at the city and I have to go. And she argued with him, because whatever poor crops they had were ready to come in, and there was a lot of work to be done. It was a long way, it was a dangerous trip just to get to the city. And she said, Isaac, that's so foolish, you shouldn't do it. But he just knew that he had to go. So he packed up the bag, what he had, traveled a couple days to the city. It was a really long and hard, dangerous trip. And so as he got to the city, off in the distance, he could see that bridge, just like the angel had described it. And so he was really nervous. He hadn't really been to the city. So he waited a little while until it was evening and the sun started to go down and the shadows lengthened. Because the bridge was heavily guarded. There was guards all around it to monitor the traffic in and out of the capital palace there. And so he kind of slunk his way down to the foundations of the bridge, right there on the shore. And he didn't know what he was looking for. He was kind of searching around, looking for a sign or whatever, and all of a sudden a guard appeared. And the guard said, "Old man, what are you doing? You can't be here. This is territory that you're not allowed in. You need to move on. What are you doing here anyway?" And Isaac kind of fumbled and he said, "Well, I had a dream, and in the dream, an angel told me to come to this part of the city here by the bridge, and that there would be something really important here for me." And the guard laughed at him. He said, "Where are you from?" And Isaac said, "I'm from the mountains several days away." And he just started laughing and making fun of him. "Old man, you have come so far following this dream. You are so foolish. I can't believe you did that. So last night, I had a dream. And in the dream, someone told me that there was a man named Isaac from a village far from here, and in his house, right under his very hearth where he lives every day, there's a huge pot of treasure buried there. Now, how foolish is that? That's impossible." And Isaac said, "You're right. I have to go home." So he turned and he left, and several days back to home, he couldn't wait to get there. He almost ran the whole way. And he got home and he got his wife and went up and he went to the hearth and he lifted up the big stone where they'd been cooking their entire lives. And there, in the center of his home, his treasure.
What does that mean to you, Michael?
Huh?
What does that mean to you?
Well,
Can we apply that today?
yeah. Pause, I think, and do another track.